Joining the Air Force or joining the military can be one of the hardest decisions you can make in your life. It's a lifelong commitment. You have to do 4 or you have to do 6 years. There's no backing out. So this video right here is going to help you decide if you should join or what things you should look out for if you're going to join. Let's get into it. Yo, what's up, family? Long time no speak. I'm not even going to make no excuses. We just going to jump into the video. I missed y'all. I ain't going to lie. It's been a minute, but I'm back here to help y'all now. I'm back on my grind. I've been going through some things, you know what I'm saying? Been busy and been lazy. I'm a little bit of mixture of both. I ain't even going to cap to y'all. But I'm going to try to start pumping out these videos. I had this dude blowing me up on Instagram, begging me to post videos. He's cool though, because he helped motivate me to want to get back on here. But yeah, man, let's get into it. These are the things that you need to know before you join the Air Force. Let's get into it. Number 1, the standards. Now, a lot of people don't really know the standards of the Air Force, or they think they're more strict than what they are. And I'm gonna just tell it to y'all straight. The standards is not that bad. Like, it's really like bare minimum things. Like the fitness test is not that bad. Grooming stuff, it's not that hard. So let's just get into it. Let's start off with the exercising. So when you join the Air Force, you're gonna take a mock PT test. A mock PT test is just a physical assessment to see like how active you are or how they should train you going forward. Because if you do bad, then they're gonna talk to you and be like, hey, we need to start doing this, this, and that so we can get you to this point. You know what I'm saying? So what you're gonna do, a mock PT test consists of 1.5 miles, 1 minute push-ups, and 1 minute sit-ups. All 3 of those things are gonna be on the mock PT test. There's no alternates unless you fail like a bunch of times, and that's closer to the end. Like you wouldn't have to do alternates for a mock. But yeah, so those are the kind of things that you want to start looking out for. You want to start running. What I would suggest is start running at least 1 mile every 2 days. That's like bare minimum, you know. But if you're just now starting, try like at least run like 3 miles a week, you know. Get into it slowly. If you can't run 1.5 miles in under like 14 minutes, that's cool, because you're gonna run every week while you're there. So don't think that you have to be this perfect human being before you join, because they will train you to get to that point, so that way you don't have to worry about like being physically fit. Like, I know some ladies in BMT that couldn't even do a push-up, and they end up passing their PT test when they left. So if you're a woman, if you're a lady watching this, if you're a man watching this, because it's some dudes that can't do a push-up either, so let me not just call out the ladies. But if you're a man or woman that can't do a push-up, that's fine. You're gonna work your way up. They're gonna get you right. It's gonna be harder for you, and you might hate it, versus somebody that can do a few push-ups or do a few sit-ups. But at the end of the day, it's not about what other people are doing. It's about your own success and your own priorities. So if you really want to not have a harder time, you should start getting on those push-ups, sit-ups, and running now. Let's talk about like grooming. So grooming, they want you to be completely shaven. Ladies, same thing. Completely shaven face, at least. Legs and arms don't really matter. But that's something that you're gonna have to do every morning. For somebody like me that can barely grow facial hair, I only shave like once every 3 days. But if you know you can grow a beard in like a week, then you might want to bring a razor. You can bring an electrical razor. It's like certain caveats to that, but you could bring a regular razor, some shaving cream, you know what I'm saying, get yourself right. You're gonna have to do that every morning. So if you don't like shaving or you don't know how to shave, learn how to do that before you join. What's some other things? Let me look at my notes. Oh, that's a big one. I just looked. Getting up early. Now, I can't remember, bro. I haven't been in a long time. But I think in BMT, the time you wake up is 5:45. Now, for some people, that sounds crazy. And for other people, that might be normal. Like, they might already get up at like 6:37. You know what I'm saying? But having to get up at 5:30, it's going to suck. But they do let you get a full 8 hours of sleep. You will go to bed at 9 o'clock every day on the dot. So it's really not that bad if you go to sleep on time. But if you're not used to waking up early and you like sleeping in, something you should try to do is start setting your alarm for like 7, just to get warmed up to it. Because if you wake up at like 10 every day or 9:30, you know what I'm saying, you definitely going to have to push it back a little bit, because you're not going to be ready when it's time to wake up at 5:45 and they yelling and screaming for you to get ready. You got to brush your teeth and put on your clothes and fold your covers and stuff in like 2 minutes. You know what I'm saying? So that's another thing to think of. But yeah, that's pretty much the standards. Let's get into number 2. Another important one is packing light. I cannot stress this enough. If you watch my other videos, you know I brought this up before. Packing heavy was the dumbest decision I've ever made. So the purpose of packing light is kind of obvious now that I think about it, is because when you're in BMT, you're not wearing none of the clothes that you bring. The only time you're going to wear the clothes you bring is like that first or second day. And I know some people who didn't even get their OCPs until like week 3 or 4, and they had to wear regular clothes, which is crazy. But For 99% of the time, you're only gonna wear your regular clothes like the first 3 days maybe while you're there. So literally, don't even bring a pair of shorts. Bring like one pair of shorts, one t-shirt, one pair of socks, and one pair of regular shoes. And preferably, that brings me to my next point: running shoes. Buy some running shoes. Those are the key essentials that you need. Running shoes, a t-shirt, like 3 pairs of underwear, because you're gonna have to wear the tighty whities until you get spandex. What did I say? T-shirt, underwear, shorts, running shoes. Those are the 4 essentials that you need. They're gonna give you toothpaste. They're gonna give you soap. They're gonna give you a toothbrush, floss, all that. They're gonna give you all that. They do not give you lotion though. So my black brothers out there, the people that get ashy, black brothers and sisters, bring you some lotion. You can have lotion. They don't really care what kind you bring. You can bring whatever you want to, whatever you want to smell good with. I think they allow certain colognes, but if you wear cologne in BMT, they consider you a meathead kind of, cause like, what you trying to smell good for? You literally, like, it's not that deep, you know. But yeah, you can bring cologne. But yeah, I got sidetracked a little bit. But packing light is important because the last day you get there, you're gonna have to bring every single thing. So all your OCPs, all your blues, all your PT clothes, all the regular stuff that you acquire while you're there, because you're gonna get merch while you're there with your squadron. So all that stuff included, it's gonna be a lot of clothes, bro. And I was literally stumping, kicking down my freaking bag trying to get it to close because I just couldn't do it. Like, it was weird. I had so much stuff because I had packed like 4 pairs of shorts, 4 regular t-shirts. I packed like a Bible, that's mandatory too. Get on your Bible. A Bible, a journal. What else? I just had some other BS that I didn't really need that I couldn't bring. So literally, if you need more than a drawstring bag, that's how you know you brought too much, because it's just gonna be a lot to carry. And do not bring no full suitcase because they do not let you roll it. You're gonna have to carry that on your shoulder or carry it in your arm like this. So do not bring a suitcase. If you bring a suitcase, you're cooked. It's gonna be too heavy and you're not gonna be able to carry it. I promise you. I'm just warning you now. But yeah, main point is pack lightly. The main things you need: running shoes, because your feet gonna hurt if you wear the regular BMT shoes. Running shoes, t-shirt, shorts, maybe pants if you're going in the wintertime. You don't really need socks. You need like 2 pairs of socks because you're gonna get socks when you get there, and there's only socks you're gonna be able to wear. I already say underwear. Deodorant, if you want a special kind of deodorant. I would recommend bringing your own deodorant because they give you speed stick. If you went through puberty class in middle school, you already know about that speed stick, man. That speed stick don't do nothing to you but make you musty, bro. Shout out to all my speed stick users though, because y'all special. Anyways, what else? That's really it. Just pack light. Don't pack too much, because when you get to the end, you have to carry everything. You're gonna be annoyed because it's all gonna be heavy. You're gonna have to stuff everything in one little pile, and also you're gonna have to stuff all your shoes in there too. Your running shoes, your blue shoes, your boots, and if you buy lightweights too, some people did that. That's 4 pairs of shoes that you're gonna have to fit in a suitcase in a green bag. You know what I'm saying? So pack light, pack as light as possible, and then at most buy a suitcase while you're there. Do not bring a suitcase there with you, because that's just gonna be too much to carry from like 0 weeks to first week, which I'll make a video on that again later on. But yeah, just pack lightly. Alright, number 3. Now, if y'all can't tell, I'm kind of just free talking. Like, I have notes right here, but it's like basic things. So I'm literally just talking nonsense out the dome. So if I sound a little like confused or I'm just ranting, I apologize. This is just like a raw, uncut, like important things to know. But number 3, the cultural changes. Now, this is going to be controversial to some people, and I really don't care. I'm going to say it anyway. But if you are African American and you going to BMT, just beware. Because I'm telling you now, it's a lot of folks in the military. I'm not going to say Air Force specifically, but in the military, that's racist. You know what I'm saying? And it's not because, well, some people might genuinely be racist, but like most people are just ignorant. And not like necessarily in a fully bad way, because you can't really blame somebody. Like, I had somebody in my BMT that literally have never seen this amount of black people before. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, dang, like how can you live your life that long and not be around this many black people? So like, he was saying jokes and he didn't realize that they were offensive just because all the people he grew around were of other ethnicities and they didn't understand the badness in certain words or certain phrases and things like that. So just be wary of that. Just know if you hear something, hear a joke that you don't like, and this is for all races, because everybody has, except for maybe white people, but you know what I'm saying, everybody has certain things towards their race that's like offensive culturally and whatnot. So just be aware that like some people might not know certain things, or some people just might be ignorant to the fact that this is offensive. So don't hear something and immediately start getting hot-headed and then be like, blah, 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 like, what you talking about? Like, what you trying to do? Like, don't do all that, you know what I'm saying? Try to be understanding. Obviously, stand your ground, inform them, but do not attack them 100% unless you know they're just being racist to be racist and they just don't know. Also, not racially, but like, it's still other cultural changes. Like, people come from different backgrounds, different areas and things like that. So it's just a different experience. You get to see how people move. Everybody didn't grow up the way you did. So somebody might do something, you're like, what the freak are they doing? You know what I'm saying? And you might try to go help them and say like, hey, this is a better way to do it. But they just, you know what I'm saying? Everybody grew up differently. So just be prepared for that. People will come up to you and question the way you do things. Just stay on your own lane. Do what you need to do to succeed. Do what you need to do to get up out of there. Keep your head low. Don't bleed blue is what I say. Don't bleed blue. Don't become too important, because that's just a target on your head for no reason throughout the whole BMT. But I kind of just ran it like I said. Just make sure that you know that everybody comes from different backgrounds. Everybody goes about ways different than you. So before you attack somebody, or before you question somebody or judge somebody, make sure you try to understand where they're coming from, or like what they might have went through to get to the point that they're at. You know what I'm saying? That's just one thing that you might have to realize. But yeah, number 4. Let's get it. Something else. Focus camera. I'm right here. Here we go. All right. Another thing that's important to note is the military does not pay you that well. If you're somebody that cares a lot about money and you have a lot of bills to pay, this might not be the right option for you. Unless you're willing to take that sacrifice and learn something that can make you more money when you get out, then don't join the military if you need money. Because if you need money, you have a lot of bills. If you need money and you don't got no bills, then you could join the military, because like, you don't have to worry about paying nothing off. But let's say you got a outstanding crazy debt. I would try to look into a trade before I try to look into the military. Base salary for like a E1 to an E4 is probably anywhere between $24,000 and $30,000, and that's not anything at all, which is something I'm grateful that I'm in a position where I can make money and I can pay my bills and still do the things that I want to do. So I'm grateful for that. So let me not get too ahead of myself. But what I will say is it's definitely not a lot compared to what I could be making on the outside world, because before I joined, I did HVAC, and that paid way more than this. But for me, it's more so about a long-term commitment, getting the skills and the things that I can build off of. Like, I'm going to get disability for the job that I work, and I'm going to make money on top of the salary that I end up getting when I get out. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like little commitments, like a 4-year commitment out of my life. Like, I joined when I was 18. I'm 20 now. So it's just a small price to pay for the bigger picture. You know what I'm saying? So if you want that mindset, if you are young or old, it don't matter, and you want to just sacrifice quote unquote like 4 years of your life, so that way you can pursue other goals 4 years from now, and this will get you to that point, then you should join the military. What's another thing? Another thing is, don't lie to your recruiter. I've seen a lot of people get delayed. Now, some jobs, it's not for all jobs, but it's just for my job because I'm a maintainer. But some people didn't get their clearance and they can't work on the jet because they lied to their recruiter, and it's a whole backtracking process and they got to reconfirm everything. So do not lie to your recruiter. If you used to smoke weed, bruh, just tell them that. You know what I'm saying? And that might limit the jobs that you're able to get. But at the end of the day, it's just about being honest and being true to yourself and the people around you. Because you don't want that to come back and bite you in the butt, and then now they on your butt because you lied for no reason, just because you didn't want to tell them you smoke weed. You know what I'm saying? Because your mom was sitting beside you or something like that. Now, obviously, don't say it if your mom beside you, because she might whoop you unless she already knows. But tell them to the side, like, hey, like, I ain't gonna lie, I smoke weed. I haven't done it in a while, but I have before in my life. And if you like that, then they're not really gonna care. You're not gonna get denied because you used to smoke weed. As long as you don't do it by that time that you're about to leave, you're chilling. Yeah, let's get into the next one. All right. I really don't have no more important things. I can obviously get into the nitty-gritty of certain things, but that's like for more in-detail videos. Let me know what you guys want to see. And always stay true to yourself. Never let anybody in the Air Force, anybody that you're talking to about joining the Air Force, change your mindset or change your thoughts. If you're scared of being away from family, but you know it's something that you really want to do, just take that risk. Your family's not going nowhere. They're gonna be in the same spot. My family's been in the same spot that they've been in since I left. And every time I go back, I think things are gonna change, but it's the same people doing the same exact things. I promise you, your family's not going nowhere. Your friends are not going nowhere. Just stay true to yourself. Don't let nobody change you. Don't let your recruiter change your mind. If you want a certain job, do not let your recruiter tell you, yeah, you can't get that. Just tell them, all right, I'll wait until it opens up. If you really want that job, just tell them you'll wait until it opens up, and eventually it will come to you. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, y'all stay blessed. Y'all stay safe. I'm gonna try to post some more videos. I'm not gonna promise nothing because I've done that before, and y'all see where that got me. 4 months of not posting. So y'all stay blessed. Y'all stay safe. Until the next one. Deuces.